God's time. Let's go.
Manuel Oliver Galeno scores the contest 115 to 112 for Usyk.
It's a split.
114, 113 for Fury.
Fury gonna lose. I think he's gonna lose.
Fitzgerald has it.
No,
114, 113
for Usyk.
to the winner.
Surely
Split
Usyk.
decision
Don't be silly now.
from Ukraine.
Alexander Usyk is the unified, is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Go! The GOAT! Go! Oh, wow!
Alexander Usyk is the greatest boxer of all time. That's right. The greatest boxer of all time. Here's the thing, guys. I don't have to wait 20 years for the world to tell me and have a consensus and everybody agree. You think he's the best? You think he's the great? Everybody thinks he's the greatest. Okay, I can comfortably say he's the greatest. You guys know me. I could look at something, I could analyze something, and I could make a sound decision. Alexander Usyk is the greatest boxer of all time. Now let's explain why. I don't want to just throw that out there and then everybody's like, you're crazy, because of course they're just going to automatically default to the legends because it's safer to say Muhammad Ali is the best or Mike Tyson's the best or Floyd Mayweather's the best. It's just safer to say that because of the fact that everyone has already said that. And most people don't normally think for themselves when it comes to this sport. But that's not what we do here at Boxing Fanatico. That's not what I do. I can look at something and with my own confidence, with my own decree, say this is the greatest fighter to have ever boxed. And now let me explain that. Alexander Usyk has all the accolades that you could ask for. Alexander Usyk has a gold medal. So even if we look at his amateur pedigree, he reached the highest tip of the mountain. Not a lot of people can reach gold medal. Yes, there may be some politics in amateur boxing, but there's much less politics in amateur boxing than there is in just pro boxing. Because it's not about making money, it's literally just about raw abilities. So if you make it all the way to the top of the mountain, the highest pedigree that you can earn is a gold medal in the Olympics, which Alexander Usyk did that. So did Muhammad Ali, which is one of the reasons why Muhammad Ali is considered as one of the greats, because that's something that he has in his accolades belt, right? So does Alexander Usyk. He also has a gold medal, but he's done even more than that. The speed in which Alexander Usyk was able to become undisputed is faster than the speed in which Muhammad Ali, or just as fast in the speed in which Muhammad Ali even became champion. People are not even mentioning the velocity of this man. That means he's overcoming things like experience from being a pro fighter. He's overcoming all of that stuff, just bringing his amateur pedigree and still making it to the top of the mountain. He cleaned out a cruiserweight division that was super stacked. Tony Bellew, Bradis, Murat. He cleaned that out. And not only did he become undisputed in the cruiserweight division in the 4-belt era and collected all of the belts in around 16 fights or something like that, 16 or 17 fights in crazy velocity, faster, let me remind you, than Muhammad Ali's fight with Sonny Liston for his first world title. He captured 4 faster or as fast as Muhammad Ali captured 1. Now, to Muhammad Ali's, to be fair to Muhammad Ali, he couldn't capture 4. But either way, if we even did 1-to-1, the first world title versus the first world title, he captured it much faster than Muhammad Ali. He was the fastest to become undisputed in the 4-belt era. The fastest in terms of numbers of fights. The man didn't even have 20 fights before he became an undisputed champion. Think about that. Think about how crazy that is. Now, he was also in the World Boxing Super Series, which, ironically enough, we're talking about Muhammad Ali. You win the Muhammad Ali trophy for this. The World Boxing Super Series literally removes you from even having the ability to even think about cherry picking. Because all the Boxing Super Series does is force you to fight in a bracket system of who beat who. So you end up floating to the top and fighting the best person who has the best record, so that it's you two in the finals. He went through the entire Super 6 tournament, became undisputed at the end of that, and also won the tournament. Unscathed, by the way. You could lose while in the tournament and still make it to the finals. He won the tournament unscathed, in a tournament where it forced you to fight people. You can't pick who you want. The tournament literally just forces you. And Inoue was able to do that as well. Crazy. Then we go and move up to the heavyweight division. The man fought 2 fights before fighting Anthony Joshua. 2 fights. 2 fights before fighting Anthony Joshua in the heavyweight division. Granted, he is small. And he's in the heavyweight division. This is akin to Holyfield, right? Being small, coming from the cruiserweight division to the heavyweight division. This is the reason why this dude is the greatest boxer of all time. Because I mentioned all of those accolades, but let's also talk about how much of a disadvantage this man had. He's in a heavyweight division in the modern era. We're not talking about during the times of Muhammad Ali. In fact, Muhammad Ali was the same size, the same height, same reach, everything as Alexander Usyk. Because back then, being a heavyweight, you weren't that heavy. But now, heavyweights are giants. Heavyweights are giants. He's being outweighed by 20, 30, 40 pounds because there's no cap. He's fighting in a division where his opponent has no cap in how big they can get. And they are using that to its fullest extent. They are weighing 30 to 40 pounds more than Alexander Usyk. He has to literally fight a giant when he goes into the heavyweight division. And he beats Anthony Joshua, which, by the way, had only lost to Andy Ruiz, where Andy Ruiz caught him with a flush shot that rocked him, and he was never able to recover from that. But he avenged that loss and cleaned it up. And he held 3 world titles. So Anthony Joshua is no joke. He beat Vladimir Klitschko, avenged his loss. The man is no joke. He lost to Alexander Usyk twice after Alexander Usyk only had 2 fights at heavyweight, and he's massively smaller than everyone. Let's not forget, Alexander Usyk for most of the big fights was the B side. So he wasn't even the A side where he can actually choose who he wants to fight and how he wants to fight him and what are the stipulations. He had to agree to whatever anybody wanted so that he can get these fights. So he was at a massive disadvantage. He was beating people in their home turf. He was beating Anthony Joshua in his home turf. He was beating everybody in their home turf because he had no choice. If he wanted to fight, this is what they were willing to do. He fights Daniel Dubois, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, he lost that fight. He easily lost that. Those are people that just don't understand anything when it comes to boxing. When he fell from a body shot or a groin shot, whatever it is at the discretion of the referee anyways. But if it was a body shot that hurt him and the ref called it a groin shot, he stayed down and recovered. We've seen him get hit to the body and it was called a knockdown and he got up before 10. If you're afforded the ability to just stay there longer because the referee deemed it a low blow, he just used that to his advantage. He would not have stayed down had it been counted. You think he's just going to relinquish all 3 of his belts and lose because of the pain? No, he's going to get up before 10. He just decided to stay down because it was considered a groin shot. Now, I don't care if it was a groin or not a groin shot. All I'm saying is we don't know how he would react if it was actually deemed a knockdown. With somebody with that type of heart and that type of grit and that type of fortitude, I highly doubt he would have stayed down for the 10 count, lose all his belts, get a loss on his record, lose his chance of becoming undisputed. I highly doubt that. But I digress. Either way, he was completely dominating Dubois from pillar to post anyways. He was outboxing him anyways. And then we move on to the Tyson Fury fight. The man did not see his daughter's, the man did not spend New Year's with his family. He missed his son's birthday. He missed his other son's birthday. He missed the birth of his daughter because this fight was so delayed so many times.
Missed. I missed Happy New Year. I missed birthday my son. I missed birthday my son too. I missed birthday my daughter. I missed born my daughter. I missed all my family holidays. All time training. My focus was only this fight. Now I'm happy.
It was so prolonged. He missed all of that stuff because he wanted to become undisputed. And then he goes into the ring on weigh-in. He weighed 20 pounds less than Tyson Fury. Just weighing. Who knows how much he probably hydrated himself after that with Fury. With the heavyweight division, there's no cap, so it doesn't matter. But it could have easily been 30 pounds more than Usyk or 35 pounds more than Usyk come fight night. Then in fight night, the man is fighting Tyson Fury is back and forth until about round 4. Then Fury starts pulling away. You have to understand the amount of mental fortitude you have to be able to come out of this, come out of those 5th, 6th rounds, 7th rounds where Fury is just running away with it. The amount of mental stability you have to have. He was literally drowning in the ocean 100 meters down. It is equivalent to being 100 meters down, drowning. You're fighting a giant with long arms, with a strong chin that's heavy, that's putting his weight on you. You're 100 meters on the ocean floor. You're looking up and you have to say to yourself, am I going to be able to swim all the way up there before I run out of oxygen and die? And somehow he swam to the top and survived. Because come round 9, the tables had turned. And Usyk started taking control. And the way Usyk took control was very simple. The bread and butter punch that Fury found that started to pull away was the uppercut. Because he could 50-50 the uppercut to the body or throw it to the head. Now, what Fury started to do is Fury started to goad him to throw the uppercut or at least throw his right hand so that Usyk could then throw his powerful left. And he preloaded it up as safely as he could, which was an amazing adjustment that he did, which would be from slipping to his left while blocking his head and blocking his body. He was getting caught because he was coming in straight and he was getting caught up here, or he was ducking in and he was getting caught right here or in the body. He removed the 50-50 completely from Fury by slipping this way. And if indeed he saw that the punch launched or the right hand took off in any way, shape, or form, since he was already loaded up, he threw that left hook. And that's actually what rocked Fury in the 9th round. So it was an amazing adjustment, and Fury was never able to adjust to that. He also broke Fury's nose in the fight, which made it much harder for Fury to concentrate. Usyk has probably the best footwork we've ever seen in the heavyweight division. Now, I know you guys are going to say, blasphemy. No, that's Muhammad Ali. No, Muhammad Ali looked majestic. Muhammad Ali looked very beautiful and graceful in the ring. However, he used his footwork to keep away from his opponents and use his jab effectively with the right hand coming from behind that jab. Usyk has to use it in reverse And he has to use it in reverse in a way that's incredibly difficult when fighting against giants. So when you couple everything that he has done and you couple it with how he had to do it, and you couple it with what he did to get there, and you couple it with the opponents that he actually fought, the Tyson Furies of the world, where people were saying he could be the greatest of all time. People were saying that. I don't want to hear it. Nah, you see this proof. No, Usyk is the reason Fury is not the greatest of all time is not because he was overrated, or no, it was because he fought the greatest fighter of all time. Do we have to go down this list again? Olympic gold medalist, fastest to undisputed in history in the 4-belt era. The first heavyweight undisputed in over 25 years since 1999 when Lennox Lewis fought Holyfield in their second fight. 2 division undisputed, which is the record held in boxing. That is the most undisputed. And he's 100%ed boxing. Nobody can say that right now. There is literally 0 things that Usyk can do more. Everyone else can do more. Canelo could do more. Crawford could do more. Inoue could do more. There's literally 0 things that Usyk can do. He's 100%ed boxing. The only boxer currently that has 100%ed boxing. He can't go any higher. And let's be honest, if there was another division higher and there was a cap for where he was, he would beat those guys too, because he's beating guys that's already 30, 40 pounds heavier than him. Unfortunately for Inoue and Crawford, they can't claim to fame that they can beat somebody that's 20, 30 pounds heavier, because they don't have to fight somebody that's 20, 30 pounds. They all have caps. This is why the heavyweight division is considered the most prestigious division. So for Usyk to become undisputed in a 4-belt era in the most prestigious division, with it being pretty stacked in terms of having an Anthony Joshua and a Tyson Fury, that's unprecedented, especially when you couple the fact that he's way smaller and weighs way less than all of them, and he has to get on the inside on people like Tyson Fury, who is masterful at keeping people on the outside, even people bigger than Alexander Usyk. And you couple that with his dog. We saw it for the first time that he has that ability to dig deep. So he showed it all. He has the skills, he has the heart, he has the fortitude, he has the dog in him, he has the ability to win. And when all of this is said and done, the man still never lost a fight. I'm sorry, but Alexander Usyk is the greatest fighter of all time. He is 100% the number 1 pound for pound fighter currently, and he's the only boxer in boxing right now that has 100% to the sport and can't do anything more. Change my mind. Nobody in the history of the sport has better accolades and has had a harder road to those accolades than Alexander Usyk. You want to look at the amateurs career? He got the greatest prize in amateurs. You want to look at the pro boxing career? He has the greatest prize in pro boxing. You want to look at how fast he did it? He did it faster than everybody else. Without the in-ring pro boxing experience, he was still able to do it faster than everybody else. I don't even want to break this fight down, man. Just that little bit that I told you about what he did, which is the crutch of everything anyways. He adjusted to the uppercut, and that's how he was able to beat Tyson Fury. But honestly, Alexander Usyk is the GOAT. I was there live watching the fight in Saudi Arabia. That blurted out of me, GOAT, because my mind, my heart, everything knew that with everything he had done, even just that performance, but forget the performance, just everything put together, there's no boxer that you can actually put and say, he's better. Even if you want to say, well, what about Sugar Ray Robinson? Sugar Ray Robinson had his problems, had his losses too, and had caps. He fought at caps where people couldn't be bigger than a certain weight. So he never had to deal with somebody just coming in as big as they want. There's no cap in the heavyweight division. And Usyk has to deal with that, being such a small guy. Yet still coming out not only unscathed, but thriving, becoming a 2-division undisputed champion, the first undisputed champion in 25 years in the heavyweight division. He did it by beating Tyson Fury, the undefeated Tyson Fury. that just a few years back, or a year ago or 2 years ago, people were saying that, is he the greatest heavyweight of all time? Now they're trying to take that away from him, or trying to say that, oh, he was just overrated. No, it's Usyk. It's Usyk. Anyways, I rest my case. I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, but again, I'm not the one to have to wait for anybody to tell me anything. I don't need to wait 20 years and make sure that there's a consensus and then feel comfortable to say what everybody else says. Alexander Usyk is the greatest fighter of all time. Change my mind in the comments. Anyways, until the next one, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I had a blast in Saudi Arabia. It was amazing, right? It was just... like, I don't know. If you're wondering what the smell, like, what did it smell like? It smells like a hint of fire. That's like the atmosphere smell in Saudi Arabia. Maybe it's because it's on the desert, but just an amazing atmosphere. The arena was completely sold out. Everybody was hyped. It was such a blast. The flight was a nightmare. The flight was a nightmare, how long it took. But it was well worth it. Greatest fight I've ever seen live, hands down. Anyways, until the next one, guys, let me know what you guys think. I want to hear your, give me your arguments for why I'm wrong. I definitely want to hear it. But I don't think that anybody has accomplished what Alexander Usyk has been able to accomplish. Nobody. Especially, you have to take into account the heavyweight division is unique because there is no cap. You could be as heavy as you want. And Usyk is the smallest guy. Whenever people talk about, oh, this guy won because he was 3 pounds overweight, he weight bullied him. That's a joke to Alexander Usyk. When y'all be complaining about somebody being 1.5 pounds over and how unprofessional that is, and he used that to his advantage, now he won that's a joke to Alexander Usyk, who has to deal with 30, 40 pound difference. Because nobody's capped in his weight, yet he still found a way to become undisputed at heavyweight. Come on, guys. This man is the greatest fighter of all time. Let's stop pretending. Let's stop pretending because everybody's scared to say it. Stop being scared to say it. Stop waiting for social proof. The man's the greatest fighter of all time. I'm out.
Alexander Usyk is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. And let's not forget, undisputed at Cruiserweight, undisputed at heavyweight.
Oh! Super 6 tournament winner.
Yo,
the list goes on and on. Undefeated, list goes on and on. Beat Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury.
He might be the GOAT. He might be the GOAT.